So first and foremost, you know, sometimes when there's oil spills occur, people sometimes think it's other person's responsibility. But unfortunately, in the oil industry, it's your responsibility. If you have an oil spill, it's your oil, and it's up to you to respond and clean it up. That's why it's so important that your oil pollution emergency plan is written for you and for your staff to enable you to respond. It is a regulatory application, but unlike all other regulatory applications, it's going to have to get used in earnest if a spill occurs. And so it's extremely important that it's written to take account of your organisations and arrangements. Initially, we felt we had a very robust system, but clearly we couldn't be complacent, and we decided that we would try and review the guidance. As I say, the current guidance was seen as robust, and it was felt that if used correctly, it could produce a document that was fit for purpose and allowed operators to respond to a significant oil spill event. So what we did was we had workshops with all the operators. We met with the managing directors. We met with the operational staff that were actually conducting oil spill exercises and responding to exercises. We met with the contractors that wrote oil pollution emergency plans. And between us all, we came up with some additional guidance that was sent out to industry in December last year, and again updated again in July this year. That allowed us to strengthen provisions further than they were before. We have got robust regulations in place and robust guidance in place, but we've reconfirmed to every operator that the oil pollution emergency plan is something that isn't akin to all the other regulatory applications. It's not our application, it's your response plan. We've also made it mandatory that the OPEPs must assess and provide for an effective response to a worst-case scenario where all containment barriers have failed. That has been identified as the worst-case scenario within the industry just now, and that is taken into effect. Previously, that was in the guidance, but it was only for a short duration of time, up to about 5 days. Now it's an extended period of time until the well can be brought under control or a relief well can be drilled. We're also looking more closely at the systems and procedures behind the OPEP, the training of your staff, the training of our staff, the training of contractor staff and response staff. We're working with the organisations that undertake audits of that training, and we're looking in the future to update and strengthen that training. Within DECC ourselves, we have always assessed each application on a case-by-case basis. However, even more so now, for certain situations, we are requiring additional information to provide necessary level of assurance that all necessary measures are being taken to manage your activities. We are now delving deeper into contractor management, training, competency, and we are working closely with the HSE in this regard. We're ensuring that you've taken actions to mitigate the potential for any incidents. And this is a change in direction for us as well. We have moved from being an end-of-pipe regulator to looking at mechanisms that we can implement through yourselves to ensure that an incident doesn't occur in the first place. And we are also looking to ensure that the UK and the industry through their contractors have sufficient pollution control measures in place to respond in the event of an incident. With regards to the OPEP subgroup, together with the OPEP subgroup, we've done a lot of work on the OPEPs already. There's already a gap analysis being conducted, and that was taking existing guidance and the best practice available within industry, and we've looked to see how we can improve that. We've looked across the world and looked at what others are doing, and as Mick will tell you in a minute, we've developed a toolkit. And that's resulted in the additional guidance that's went out and has been mentioned in my presentation earlier. But we've not stopped, and that OPEP subgroup will continue through the Oil Spill Working Group under the chair, Graham Baxter of Shell. We're already taking account of the Macondo reports. We are awaiting the results of Exercise Sula. We're going to input into the NCP review, and we're also taking account of the regulatory review that's going on just now. Together with the other subgroups within OSPRAG, we will look to take all the learning from them and build that into the guidance that we will eventually review and implement through the OPEP regulations. We're also investigating, together with the MMO, the Marine Management Organisation, ways and mechanisms by which we can share consistent information in an efficient manner, such like a website to hold all the information that's available to both government and industry. And the ultimate aim is to develop, strengthen, update and implement a regulatory OPEP guidance document, and more importantly, thereafter, to try and produce a best practice guidance document to help people understand how to actually move ahead in an efficient manner and respond in accordance with best practice.